Well, this is the second half of lesson 6 with our basic constructions. We're going to learn two more constructions in this section, and we're going to talk a lot about perpendicular things, perpendicular lines and perpendicular bisectors. Perpendicular lines are just lines that intersect and form right angles. The symbol right here, it's like an upside down T, means is perpendicular to. And in this diagram, line AB is perpendicular to CD, and line CD is perpendicular to AB, and that forms four different right angles in there. A perpendicular bisector of a segment, this could be a line, it could be a segment, or it could be a ray, and it's perpendicular to the segment at the midpoint. So this allows us to bisect this segment in half, find the midpoint, and also find a 90-degree angle included there so that the line is perpendicular to the segment. For our first problem, we are going to construct a perpendicular bisector of segment AB. So we want to construct line XY, so it is the perpendicular bisector of AB. So to begin, we need to go ahead and copy segment AB. Okay, you've got segment AB, and then you're just going to draw an arc. Now this arc needs to be at least, it has to go past the midpoint, so it has to be at least more than halfway across that segment. So open your compass to some distance that's more than halfway along segment AB and draw a nice long arc. Okay, the next thing you're going to do, keeping that setting on your compass, so don't change your compass setting, and just flip that around and put the pointed end on the end point B. So that you have the pointed end of your compass on end point B, and you're going to swing another nice long arc. Now these two arcs need to intersect twice. They need to cross each other at the top, above segment AB, and also below segment AB. And the last thing we need to do is to go ahead and connect those two intersecting points, and we're going to label that line XY. And the point where line XY crosses AB, that's the midpoint M. So now we have the midpoint M, and line XY is perpendicular to segment AB. So now you know how to draw, or excuse me, now you know how to construct a perpendicular bisector to a segment. Another nice thing to be able to do is to construct an angle bisector. So if we're given angle A, we want to construct ray AD to be the bisector of angle A. So we're going to have a ray that goes right through the middle here that bisects that angle. So to begin, what you want to do, similar to what we did in the last video, you want to just open up your compass and draw an arc that intersects both sides of angle A. And you're going to label those points B and C. Once you have that arc drawn, keep your compass setting that you had for drawing that arc BC, and you're going to move your compass point to either point B or point C and draw an arc. You're going to put it at point B and draw an arc, and then you're going to move the pointed end of your compass to point C and draw another arc. That's in the interior of angle A. So you'll get these other two little arcs right here. So the last point that we need to do, the last step, is to go ahead and connect that intersection point that we just found up here with the vertex A, and that ray that we just made, ray AD, is actually the bisector, the angle bisector of angle A. So what's the result of bisecting a segment or an angle using a straight edge and compass? Well, the neat thing is when you do that, you divide the figure into two equal parts without actually measuring. So we didn't need to measure the angle to find out how many degrees that it needed to be. We didn't need to measure the length of a segment to find out how long it was and calculate what half of that distance is. We actually constructed it using our straight edge and our compass. So this is a chance for you to practice your skills. Go ahead and construct a segment that's congruent to PQ. That's from the first part of the chat or this lesson. And then I want you to construct the perpendicular bisector of PQ. And lastly, I want you to draw angle JKL, but it needs to be an obtuse angle this time. We've been pretty much looking at acute angles. I want you to draw an obtuse angle this time, so it has to be more than 90 degrees, but less than 180. And see if you can construct the bisector of that angle and bring those answers to class.